and also humans, they can hang around humans and try to influence them to make decisions. And I was told that there were some around me that were helping me to make the negative decisions that I was making in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we went, because I saw the auras of all the lands, I wondered what the auras of the planet would look like. And we went out in space by the moon, and we looked at the planet, and I could see the whole aura of the whole planet. And it was real beautiful. It really moved me. It was the thing that I remember most that I saw that moved me the greatest. And I was told that the aura would be a lot stronger if we treated each other and if we treated the Earth better, and that while the planet is strong, and actually he had a name for the planet too. He called it Gaia, and the aura would be stronger if we treated everything better, and if we're negative, then it drags it down.
Yeah.
And I wondered about the energy itself, and I wondered, since everything seemed to be connected on the planet, I was wondering about the rest of the planets and the stars and everything, and I wondered how those were connected. And Bob said that we could go anywhere we wanted again, and I pointed to a star that I believe was in the Little Dipper, and we went speeding towards that star. But on the way to the star, I saw the other planets in our solar system, and I could see that they had auras too, and that I could see that they also had souls on the planets, not necessarily human souls like we have here on our planet, but they were spirits, and they lived on each one of the planets. And Bob told me that the planets have a theme for souls to learn about, and souls go on the other planets to learn about those themes, and then they come to this planet to work all those themes all together. And once they get everything right and move to love, then they move on to something else. And we made it to the star place, and what I saw was kind of like a spiral. It was like the middle of the star was sucking the energies in, and it had a calm center, and I could see that it was calm, and I could see something on the other side of it. And I wanted to go there, but Bob said that was that was one place that he didn't want me to go until I was ready. And so while we were there, I asked about God, and I asked about Jesus, and Bob told me that God is the energy that's in all things. It's the life force behind everything. It's a baseline energy type of a thing. I was told that he's not a entity that sits on a throne and passes judgment and that sort of thing. And I asked about Jesus, and a being appeared to me. It was the first white light, and then when it got close to me, it slowed down, and it looked like the picture of Jesus that I saw on a wall at a church. And I think that was like for a frame of reference for me. And he didn't stay like that very long. He went back into his light form, and he took me into him, took my energy, my soul into him, and he told me that all humans have to do is love one another, and everything's going to be okay. And when he said that, then he left. And after he left, I could see all the planets were all in a line, and I could see all of their auras, and I could hear the sounds that they made, and it was really cool. I couldn't believe that I was seeing that. And after that, I was kind of humbled, and I didn't know where else to go. So Bob said he knew a place that we could go. So he took me to this place that was in the shadow of our planet, best I can describe it. And it was it was in space. It was just a little far away from the planet, to where I could see separation there, and I could see the energies from souls going back and forth to this place. I call it the Spirit City in my book. And there, the place had nature, it had buildings, it had souls. It was just like a city that we would have here, only everything was pure and everything was natural. And there were these white buildings that had plants growing around the framings, and there was also a river that ran through the place, and souls would go there to get the water. Best I can describe what it is, the water there. Mm-hmm. And we went into this one building, and we went up these wooden stairs. I remember going up the stairs because I was surprised that I could actually touch them there, and because I couldn't touch stuff before we left the planet. And we went upstairs into these 3 different rooms, and there were 4 spirit beings in all the rooms. One of them had a female-type spirit, another one had a male-type spirit, and then another one had a male and a female spirit. And these beings talked to me. They recognized me, and they knew who I was, but I wasn't sure who they were. And they were all concerned that I was there. And I got the feeling that I wasn't supposed to be there. Yeah. And we left there, and we went to this bigger building that had double doors, and walked into the building. Just inside of the building, there were these double doors to the right, and there was this wooden bench to the left. And Bob told me to sit on the bench, and then he went in through the double doors. And while I was sitting on the bench, I started remembering times past when I was on the bench. And I started to realize why I was on the bench the last time. And that was to come here to live my life this time. And I realized I was there a little early, and I started to get a little bit scared. And Bob came out of the room, and he told me that it was my time to go in. And he said to be honest if the beings in the room asked me questions, and to not be afraid of them, because they were to show me my life, and they weren't there to judge me. So we went into I went into the room, and all their energies washed over me, and I could tell. I recognized all the beings in the room. There was probably 10 of them. And I understood that each one of them had a different type of aspect, emotional aspect of my life to show me. And when the first one started, I could see my soul looking down onto the planet, and I saw I saw my parents. I saw how my parents came together. I saw my brother and my sister be born before me, and then I went there, and I went into my mother. And then I was born, and I remember coming out, and I remember the bright lights and the coldness and everything. And I proceeded to live my life, and I saw all of the things that I did that were negative, and all the things that I did that were positive. And when I saw them from an observer point of view, and having the experience itself from 2 points of view at the same time. And I saw that when I was negative and I did something bad, like say, I was a hood, I stole something from someone, and I felt their pain that I caused them from me stealing from them. And the same thing with good things. Like I did do some good things, and I could see the good things, and I could feel the goodness of them and the feelings that I created. And it was basically a feeling type of a thing. And I was like up and down, all through the whole thing. And then when we were done, the beings asked me if I thought that I was more positive or more negative. And I thought I really wanted to stay there, and I thought if I said positive that I would be able to stay there. But I was also told I shouldn't lie, and all the communication that was done during this whole thing was done through thought,